It is often said that Indigenous people are guardians of the environment. They respect the natural world. They care for the natural world. They coexist in harmony with the natural world. Progressives all around New Zealand like to say this. They claim that the Maori population has special knowledge about coexisting in harmony with nature. This claim is very common. From the dining tables of households to the halls of universities, one can hear this view espoused. But this is completely false. The Maori drove numerous species to extinction. The mighty moa is extinct due to excessive hunting by Maori. That is not harmonious coexistence with the natural world. The Maori also cleared enormous amounts of forest. Massive deforestation occurred. The idea that Indigenous people are guardians of the environment is total nonsense. It is just a modern iteration of the noble savage myth. It is dumb, and I am sick of hearing it repeated. This is not to demonize Maori. Maori are not especially bad for the environment. They are certainly no worse than Pakeha. But they are not guardians of nature. No ethnicity is. Disrespect for the environment is a universal human tradition. In the past, people were not aware of the damage they could do to the environment, and in all likelihood, they did not care. When you are desperate and starving, you do not care about environmental repercussions. Your first priority will be security and survival. That means exploiting the environment. We cannot look down on our ancestors. They did what needed to be done to ensure our survival. But we do need to correct our course. In our modern age, our disregard for nature has endangered our survival, security, and prosperity. That needs to be addressed immediately. Romanticizing particular ethnic groups is not the solution. It is historically inaccurate and unhelpful. We must march forward and find solutions together. Some people point out that while Maori did destroy the environment, they were still better than Europeans. This is somewhat true, but it is also true that Maori had fewer reasons to destroy the environment. Maori had access to far fewer crops. Maori had far less technological knowledge. Maori had far less of an incentive to destroy the environment. Had Maori had access to the same crops and knowledge, they would have almost certainly done just as much damage as the Europeans. And even without these things, they still did plenty of damage. Not because Maori are bad for the environment, but because desperate people who are just trying to get by are bad for the environment. Worrying about the environment is a luxury. Desperate people do not worry about long-term threats. Most environmental risks are long-term. When you are desperate, day-to-day survival is all that matters. This is why many developing countries have little interest in addressing climate change. They have far more immediate concerns. That is why prosperous countries must support them. Western states must support poverty elimination and economic growth in the developing world. We must put people in the position to care about the environment. Because the environment does matter, it matters a lot. But it is a long-term issue, and desperate people do not care about long-term issues. We need to address climate change. Dishonest romanticization of Indigenous people is not a solution to anything. And I do not say this to demonize Indigenous people. I say this to point out that Indigenous people are just like everyone else. No ethnicity is exceptional. We are all flawed. We need to accept that reality.